30 press-ups done. We're not stopping this time. Do another 5 more, eh? Another 5 more. If I can. 35 press-ups done. Tell you, obviously I know for some people that might not be much to me, like 35 press-ups, you know, but you got to consider, what, two and a half weeks ago, if you watched the video on my first day of my fitness journey, I struggled with 10. Just done 30 there without stopping, a couple of second break, back into another 5. I'm not that out of breath, but you know, it's getting better, it's getting a bit fitter, stronger. My fitness journey is improving every day. I'm happy with that. How's it going, guys? Welcome to day 9 of my fitness journey. Now, I haven't put a video for a while because obviously I have to work and I can't really get that much into obviously my journey besides like walking around in work, you know, the natural, just sort of watching what I eat and, you know, stay away from like sugary drinks and stuff, which I don't really have anyway, but you know, no chocolates, no sweets, no crisps. That's the big one for me, no crisps. So yeah, so I've obviously been busy with work, so I haven't been able to do much besides, as I say, my normal walking. And so yeah, this is day, I think it's 9, it could be 10, I don't know, I'll have to check. But so, got my treadmill over there set up, I've got my movie set up. I'm watching Generation Iron Natty for Life this time around. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but it's about like people who say, you know, they've never took steroids, but they're obviously really big, strong guys and stuff like that. So, and people question them whether, you know, they're telling the truth or whatever, like Michael Hearn. You know, everyone knows who Michael Hearn is. So that's what I'll be watching tonight. And before I start, you know, I'm gonna get them press ups in. I'm gonna see what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for to get maybe 30 without stopping. Now, last time I did it, I got to 25, I think it was, or 26, and I stopped and I had to do my next 4. I'm going to get to the full 30 without stopping this time. Now, I know that's only 4 more, but 4 more is still an improvement every day. That's what you want to keep doing. You want to improve every day, a little bit at a time. Do too much, you get injured, you know. So, I think you get injured, what happens? Sometimes you just give up and go, you know what, I'm not going to bother trying it. So, I'm taking it slow, my pace, not rushing myself. I'm going to enjoy what I'm doing, but big news for me, anyway, for me. Conqueror challenge I've been doing, the walking to the moon. Look at this. How was that, eh? Completed my walk to the moon, the Conqueror challenge. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to get my medal sent out to me. I've planted 5 trees with the thing. That's what happens when you complete it. You stages you go when you plant trees in your honour at certain stages. So because you get to the final stage, I planted 5 trees. Got that little certificate there, and I'll get my little medal. I'll show you what it's like when it arrives. So yeah. So as I say, I'm gonna do the press ups now, get them done, and then I'm gonna get on the treadmill. Got me my nice loose t-shirt on because it's a bit warm, even though it's cold out, miserable out where I am. It's actually quite warm because quite isolated. Insulation, you know, in the building, so it's quite warm and sweaty. So I got my Liverpool baseball t-shirt on, look, Liverpool L20. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully continue watching for my fitness journey, day 9 or day 10. I'll have a little chat on the way, shall we, while I'm on the treadmill as usual. You know, I'm watching these, this film, you know, so Generation 4 and Natty for Life. It's a good documentary, and they got them obviously they don't take steroids, and you know, so for them it's mainly about diets, and diets is a big thing, you know. I mean, that is for all bodybuilders, I suppose, but for these it's more important because they don't have the the enhancements or the steroids to help them keep them going. Let's pause because I took the headphone off with it. We're in this here. One here. Yeah, so and they have all these what you call it, different foods you eat and all that. And I was thinking, so for me, yeah, I want to obviously lose weight to get healthy. I'm never going to be a bodybuilder. I'm never going to have a six-pack, as I said, or have muscly pecs and big muscly arms and all that. It's not going to happen. I'm 45. I'll probably pass that point. But I do want to trim down. I do want to feel better. And I do want to feel better when I look at myself as well. When I take my top off, in the mirror or go swimming, whatever. I'd like to not jiggle about as much. Like I'm doing now on the treadmill, jiggling a bit. But I think diet, yeah, it is important. But sometimes it's hard to stay on diet for some people. In real life, if you're not getting paid or sponsored or whatever to do this as an athlete, you're just a natural person like myself. It's sometimes quite difficult to do it, to stay on this specific diet. It's like, for instance, like as I said earlier on, I've been working the past couple of days, and that's why I haven't done a video yet. That could have been busy. But it's like I finished work. By the time I went to sleep, 5 o'clock this morning, I got up at 20 past 6 the previous morning. So that's a long time being awake. And to stay awake at that time for that long, you usually get bored. And look, I haven't succumbed to it, but normally in that situation I'd be eating crisps, maybe having some fizzy drinks, although I try and avoid them as much as I can. I probably would have done. And probably coffee with like milk in, quite a few of them, just to maintain and keep me awake. So that's hard to stay on diet, as I say, for certain jobs. It really is. And then, like as I say, I went to sleep at 5 or 20 past 5 by the time I was actually unchanged and going to sleep. And then I got up again at 7, so didn't really have full 2 hours sleep. Got up again, and then I was doing other bits and stuff like that, and I went to sleep again about 11 in the afternoon, just before the afternoon, 11 in the morning, and I woke up at 10 past 3 in the afternoon. So most of my day wasted. So food wise, normally I'd be like, well, I can't bother going and cooking anything now. Missed out on breakfast, missed out on like lunch, all this. So let's just grab, something, a sandwich from the shop maybe, or pot noodle real quick or whatever. Which, it's not ideal. And that's what I normally do. I'm trying my best not to do that at the moment. So it's like, today when I got back, I've done myself some meatball pasta. Not a big huge portion, but meatball pasta. I deliberately went out and got the ingredients. I made sure I walked there to the shop to get them and walk back. Then I made it. I mean, in the shop they sold the microwave ones. I could have got that, but you look at the packaging, there's probably a lot of ingredients like salts, a lot of sugars and that. I mean, there probably isn't the stuff that I got myself, but I'm assuming it's probably a bit less, and it's not like got all the preservatives and all that in to try and keep it fresh in the plastic that you get in the microwave meals. That was nice. I didn't put any sauces on it besides the normal like bolognese sauce you get, I didn't really read the packet here, the glass jar. I didn't really read that. So I should have done really, to see how much like salt and sugars and other preservatives and all that, there's probably in that. There probably is quite a bit in it, but it made me feel better. When I was cooking it all separate instead of just getting a microwave one, which I know would probably be worse. And what else am I to eat today? That's it. It's actually, it's now what, 25 past 9 in the evening. and that's all I've had, which is actually not good. That's actually not a good thing. You know, think, oh yeah, you had one meal, you know, maybe eat less, move more. It's not good, because that's when the cravings start kicking in. You know, and I suppose your body, to be able to perform to a certain level you want to, you need to have a certain amount of food, have a certain amount of nutrients. I say I'm not an expert. I should be though. You know, if anyone's seen any other videos, I've talked about my son, about his condition, you know. I mean, all of his food is, besides the ones that it's either on prescription, or the rest of it is we have to break down the macros and work out how much he's allowed to have and all this type of stuff a day. So you think I'd be good with dietary stuff myself, but I'm not. You know, me, it's getting hard sticking to a certain amount of food, you know. It's like I'd love to have a big pizza, I'd love to have a kebab, you know, I'd love to have sausage, chips and a load of gravy all over it. But I'm not doing that, because I've got a goal to get to. Yeah, Christmas is coming up. I understand that people tend to put a little bit of extra weight to Christmas because they have all the, you know, like the cheese and meat platters, and obviously the Christmas meal as well. Americans have got their Thanksgiving thing, you know, they have all their meals. I'm not American, so I wouldn't have that, but you know what I mean. There's people who will struggle in society to think, well, we've got so many things coming up, we've got so many like events where it's based around food. So a lot of it is based around food. Even the people who aren't, like say, Christian, you know, they have certain events, not necessarily around the Christmas time, but you know, at times of the year where they'll have a load of foods. You know, like with the Indians, where they have a load of sweets, don't they? You know, I can't remember what celebration that is, but it's very sugary, you know, when they have them. So, you know, there's a lot of people in the world that also will struggle with maintaining a diet because of the society we're in and because of, you know, what sort of lifestyle we follow, or, you know, religion or whatever. It's hard. So I'm trying my best. But I tell you, I do love what I look about. I'd love to have a big fat greasy burger, you know. I'd love to have a big English breakfast, big fry up. You know, I know I can get like English breakfast that aren't deep fried, you know, that I've done like in the air fryer or George Foreman grill or whatever it is, you know, whatever it wants, so it gets a lot of the grease off. But there's still going to be a lot of fat in it. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I mean, I'm not saying that fat's bad for you, but I'm trying to avoid that. I've got muesli, so I have a bowl of muesli if I want with like some milk, but not like cow's milk. So it's sort of like oat milk or soy milk or coconut milk, stuff like that. So I'm going to try that out as well as an alternative when I get a little bit hungry. Might go for that. But yeah, I think when I finish on this, let's say, because I have my meatballs pasta thing, I had that 5:30. As I say, it's like 9:30 now. One meal a day is not good enough, so I think if I do have something to eat later on, maybe about 10:30 or something. Although it's late, I still will be hungry, and then I wake up in the morning and be more hungry. And as I say, I don't want to fall back on bad habits. So I wake up in the morning, I'm really, really hungry. It'll be such a temptation walking past the shop and seeing like something and thinking, oh, I'll just have that, that'll be right, it won't matter, just one. You know, even like a protein bar, you know, oh, I'll just have that on them grenade bars or whatever, they'll be okay, or, you know, carb killer bars or something. Still full of sugar, although they say low sugar, it's still full of sugar. They've got chocolate and stuff on them, haven't they? So, although they're, you know, advertised as healthy, they're not that healthy. But as I said, I'll probably have something later on in about an hour's time, just to sort of suppress that hunger, maybe. But for now, I'm gonna keep walking, keep watching. That was fun. That was quicker then. Done now to level 6 on it. Level 6 you can do a bit of running. Yeah, well, jogging really, not really running. Pause wise, play things away. With all that light shining right in the face. Yes, that was fun. So that's day 10. Day 10 done. 9 would have been on the obviously the video and all that, but as I say, I've still been doing days and days and days of doing this, but I just haven't recorded because I've been going around and work, I've been looking after my diet, but I've still been walking around and work, you know, still been eating healthy, so in days I've counted. But I'm going to class this as day 10 of my fitness journey because I haven't really videoed it, and it's not for other people to watch. This is really for me. It's like a vlog for me to look at how I'm performing and how I'm developing, you know. So, yeah, day 10, not bad. Still feel better, still feel good. The lift still broke, so I'm starting to walk up the stairs, and I'd say it's getting easier and easier every time. Heavy bags on my back and all that. It's been fine. Started off, done, what was it, 35 press-ups. Done 30 on stopping, and then had a couple of second break, and then I've done another 5. I'm happy with that. Improving every day, a little bit each time. But you know, normally, obviously, you know, you finish, you get a shower and all that. I don't have to get a shower straight away after I've done my, you know, on the treadmill or whatever, because I'm already hot now, sweaty. Last thing I want to do is get in a hot shower. You know, I don't need to go for you. You want to cool down first. You know, yeah, I'm not really sweaty stuff on, but it goes straight in the washing machine, so it doesn't matter. So instead of just wasting this time and just sitting around or whatever, this is what I'm going to do. So I've got the ab belt. Look at that, little bodybuilding there. So as you see, those little conductive pads here, they're going to go on. Conductive gel. And put some of this on. Just rub it in on each square. Tell you like you don't know what you're doing, but over the fact that anyone who's used these knows exactly what to do. Now the conductive gel said it doesn't stain, so that's good. So I can just sort of wipe this on my clothes, the excess. Right, so I'm going to put this on, but I'm not going to let you see my belly, so I'll cover this one up, eh? That's it on. This is USB chargeable as well, so I can just select what I want. Which one I feel the best one? That one. Turn it up. Set an 8, and that's, I think it's like 15 minutes each time before it stops. So I'll put that on twice, and that's my half an hour cool down before I get in the shower. So yeah, this has been quite productive. Day 10, as I say, I've finished my Conqueror challenge, walking to the moon, that's done. I've got, obviously, be able to hit 30 press-ups without stopping, so that's good. Move on from there, you know what I mean? Try and get to 35 without stopping, then 40, and then you never know, sky's the limit. Getting fitter every day, feeling healthier every day. 45 years of age. This is my fitness journey, day 10. Thanks for watching. See you in day 11.